Today is World Peace Day. We all have just one common desire to have peace in the world. Everyone has same desire. But now we understand that peace has to begin with me. I have to remind myself and be in awareness that I am a peaceful soul. Peace is my eternal religion, and it's important to have inner harmony between our mind and intellect, no conflict, no subtle anger, disturbed mind, any kind of irritation, agitation. I have to be free because anger is very, very subtle and it doesn't allow mind and intellect to be stable and to be peaceful. So, my efforts and the attention is not to allow my thoughts to react, change my feelings, or any wasteful thoughts. And when I am peaceful, there is natural love towards everyone. So then, through my attitude, my drishti, my words, I always create peace in relationships. Peace spreads, and others are also able to experience the vibrations of peace. When there is peace, there is progress. When there is peace, there is prosperity. So I look at the globe, it's not just human beings, but we need to create a peaceful relationship with the nature. Nature is around me, even my body is part of the nature. So I breathe in peace and breathe out in peace. Peace is a great strength, is a great power. So when I create these vibrations and observe the nature, think of all the elements one by one, the oceans, fire, air, earth, and sky. So when I breathe in peace, I drink water in peace. All the time, look at nature and not only to receive from nature, but also share with the nature the vibrations of peace. All the birds, all the animals, every living creature on the earth needs to live with no fear of any kind of violence. I respect all different kinds of living beings on this earth. Non-violence is important for peace. And also I'm aware that the Creator, the Father, is ocean of peace. I think of Him and become very peaceful, so I can also become Master Creator of Peace, Master Ocean of Peace, Master Bestower of Peace. So let us all have just one thought that there should be peace in the world, no sorrow, no sufferings. Everyone should be peaceful, elements very calm. But I stay connected with the source. One source is my true self. I am peaceful soul. And I look at everyone as a peaceful soul and think of one who is ocean of peace. So I keep mind and intellect connected with one who is ocean of peace and stay merged in the ocean of peace, ocean of love. Take drishti from Baba
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avekti Parivar. Today's day 21, Pilgrimage of Remembrance. We'll be listening from Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. So just now we send all the vibrations of peace for the world peace. Monday, always, even in path of bhakti, is considered to be day of Shiva. So on Monday, a lot of devotees, they observe silence. Some of them do fast, don't eat all day because they feel that to please Shiva, and they consider Shiva as Shankar. And for tapasya, it's important to have silence of mind. That means no food for the mind, no thoughts, and also fasting for the body. Just imagine both combined could be so beautiful, right? So it's a beautiful experience this morning of how intellect can and should directly go to Baba. And then when we are connected with Baba, mind and intellect, then we are able to experience power, love. So I start seeing or experiencing Baba as the seed, incorporeal, point of light, the seed of the world tree. And in Path of Bhakti, we hear about different kind of praise for God. And some was right, some was little bit different, like God gives happiness, God gives sorrow. We know He doesn't give sorrow. So when Baba comes, and we are very fortunate that we are able to recognize Baba, first He gives the knowledge of the self. He tells about Himself that I am the seed. And then also He tells us about our original self, eternal self, that we are also souls. So it's like new creation begins. So He's a seed, and actually whole tree is nurtured through the seed and then roots. And Baba has given us recognition that we are the ancestor souls or roots of the tree. In Kalpa tree, you see all these dadis sitting and doing tapasya. And through tapasya is watering the entire big unlimited tree of humanity. So we say that Baba or God is the father, parents of the whole world. But one word which is very commonly used, that He's the creator of the world. Now Baba says that it's not possible that whole world is destroyed, then human beings are created. But Baba says, I come and I make impure ones pure. So it's like new creation from the old, transformation. Because that's very common even in the nature. You will find that like rose tree, rose plant. So when they have to replant and it's very old, then they cut a little tiny branch and use that as a sapling for another tree. Or by nature, every tree, whether in the fruit there will be seed, right? Why fruits have seed inside, like apple has seed, everything has a seed. Because within that creation, this whole process that is going to end when it's the culmination or decade, then seed is already there to plant it. Because that is why we say eternal. Within the eternal, there is beginning and end. Within the eternal, there is beginning, that is golden age. There is end, that is iron age, and then confluence age, time of transformation. Because cycle, no? Cycle really means there is no end, there is no beginning. But then a point comes where we see now this is the end of cycle and beginning of new one. And that confluence age from old to new. So everyone believes God is creator, but they think that, okay, then, different theories are there. I won't go in details about that. Different theories. Sri Krishna came on the pepper leaf, or some believe in Darwin theory that humanity world began from a uh, tiny fish and then grew. So it's all different. But Baba says that everything became because if God is creator, so everything should begin with the qualities of God. If God is ocean of love, God is ocean of peace, so creation will be creation of peace, love. Because it's from the creator the qualities will come. And that is where the third important role Baba plays is of parents. Some religions, they only say God is Father. So those qualities then is like inheritance. You have inherent qualities of God. For me, that was the main realization, and that's where my journey began. That each one of us have inheritance from parents, because as I am soul, then he is supreme soul. So he is my father. So father gives inheritance. That means my all very basic, essential characteristics are of love, peace, my natural qualities. That is, Baba had been telling us about our eternal self. Eternal self means this is what I am. And I began journey from there. So I think of Baba, think of God as father and mother. So he is the seed of the tree, he is the creator, but we understand what it means, creation. And then Baba also our parents, inheritance. So like this, there are many other qualities on purifier. So look, thinking about these qualities, recognition of Baba, Shiv Baba begins, and then Baba says, because Shiva also means seed, one who is world benefactor. So how is seed is start explaining about the tree? Many times Baba gave example that everything grows from the tree, right? It's from the seed. But Baba, being a living being with consciousness, awareness, this energy, which is living energy, Baba says, Baba, God can speak and tell about the creation. But other seed of the fruit cannot tell, cannot speak. But when it grows, then it shows what quality it has, what kind of apple is there, what kind of different fruits are there. They manifest from the seed, and we look at the quality. But God, as the seed, is a living Satchit Anand. He is truth, he is conscient, and he is blissful. So he tells about the tree, details of the tree. And then we start experiencing our relationship with God. So first I think of him as seed, and then Baba also says, you are also seed. So I'm seed of what? What is within this seed? All energy of my part. So part comes first or qualities come first? Qualities. No? And that is why we have to be very attentive at this time. And it's not much time. And what is the attention? That I am seed. What I should put in the seed all the time. Nurture the seed with love. Nurture the seed with knowledge. Nurture the seed with love. Keep nurturing the seed so that in this seed, as a soul, there's so much capacity that when I start playing part, there is natural love, there is peace, there is harmony, there is happiness. It has, but then it has to, the seed has to be of that quality, right? So I always, when I wake up in the morning, that whatever I put in the seed, I will be creator of that. And that's what I will be able to share with others. You understand? This is how the seed becomes creator. So it's very interesting if we all can really go in depth of that, what Baba had been explaining us, plus what he had been doing. And it's only at Confluence Say that seed we can see in practical. That means how the creation is taking place, how he is playing the part in relationship of parents, and of course then all other relationships. So when I have this understanding, so I connect myself as a seed, master seed, with the seed of unlimited human tree. So soul with supreme soul takes 1 second. It really should take 1 second. And that's what, when I learned meditation or Raj Yoga at that time was a more common word. When I always had this feeling that my origin is from divinity, because I love purity, I love, divinity. I always felt that from inside. And then what happens when we uh, go on life, we keep acquiring different sanskar, different impression, different ways. And then you have whatever responsibility, we start playing role and sometimes forget. But always remember that from where I am coming, from the seed, God, So remembrance of Baba pilgrimage becomes very natural because that's the connection, that's relationship which is always there. Only I have to remind myself, keep remembering. And I realized during day that if my mind or my thoughts or my intellect is not connected with Baba, so where they connected? Either with the past, with the future, with human beings, with material things, with situations. So what will I get? There won't be power, right? Mm. So what happened then? Power comes, power goes. No, it's like candle flickering, light and blackout, right? But now we have to be consistent. So for that, what I need is remembrance of Baba. And if we do not practice remembrance of Baba, we will go back and forth in the past, in future, in this, in that. So what will happen to the life? Even if we have renunciation, we have recognition, but not remembrance. So I start feeling that how important at this time to settle the karmic accounts and let my thoughts, words be elevated, charitable. So if we have to do both, no, Baba says you have to settle for so many births of body consciousness. And you have to create for 21 births, Jivan Mukti. So it's quite a task, but it can be simplified by creating this nature of just remember Baba. So quickly, if there is some karmic account and because of that something happened, you just change it for yourself. It's for my own benefit that I let go. Okay, something happened. It was drama. It happened. Oh, let me remember Baba. And I'm saying it with a lot of experience because I really had been paying attention and since morning today, uh, being with Baba. Otherwise, even if 5 minutes, it's all right when you're doing something, concentration, but it again goes what happened yesterday. So you start interacting, reacting, behaving from yesterday until today. What, oh, what should happen tomorrow? This shouldn't happen. So where is mine intellect going, past or future? Or even it could be in present. So it's very, very interesting, lovely exercise to do or to be on pilgrimage. We are on journey is to just remember Baba. And many, how do I remember? What is accurate remembrance? I am seed, master seed. Baba is the seed of unlimited human tree. Just think about that. And if you have a good mind, you start reflecting. Then what happens to the seed? What emerges from seed? And at confluence stage, when is the time for our destiny to be fixed? Am I still living with the past or my future? But my present should be very good. And that is only possible when there is remembrance of Baba. So think of Baba as seed, then creator, then parents, when any relationship. And that is remembrance, right? Remembrance is so subtle. Baba used to call it mercury. It slips, right? You are remembering and then because sanskars are very active, right? So, how do I practice and keep reminding myself? And then it becomes like a hobby. Hmm. For anything. If I like coffee, then I drink a cup, then I say maybe second one is good, third one is good. Some people like hot food, so they eat hot, they need to get that. No, it's like you go into whatever. So remembrance is going to take us mm, to our destination. No, it's my pilgrimage. What is my pilgrimage? Mm, Is to go home and then to golden age, right? And now the way the world situations are, everyone will be forced to go home. Everyone will be forced to go home. Baba says no, whether you prepare and go or still you will have to go by settling through different sufferings, punishment. Mm. Time comes you can't breathe properly because of pollution. You can't have water, good water, everything. So this practice of remembrance of Baba. And I was very happy this morning because I thought, wow, you can go to Baba in a second. And that also directly to one who is the seed of the world. And deeply within, so much love emerges. Now, everyone says, I have faith, I have love. But what about remembrance then? Is it only when some difficulty comes or Maya comes? No. I should be nurtured. I should live and keep uh, taking powers from Baba. And especially at this time is the time to earn income. Because there will be two things. One is lot of things could affect mind where you could forget Baba or uh, and second, if you have to serve, you need all powers, isn't it? Whether for serving or for my own self. So I feel that Baba and Rama, God and Rama have given us this opportunity and we should not just let it go. You don't have to keep running around. Before was here, there. Now you don't have to go anywhere. Only intellect mind could keep running around, which we don't allow. So Shiv Baba's day means, hmm, did I spend my day with Shiv Baba? Yes, I did. Because so many beautiful thoughts about Baba, love for Baba. And that will help me to have love, right? Baba's love. I love Baba, Baba loves me. It's not question of just saying it, right? You have to feel it whole day. So these days I remind myself what day is today. Oh, it's Shiva birthday. Then the reflections and the thoughts and feelings and very, very entertaining. And also, as I said, income is earned. You are accumulating and it's becoming like nature. Why I'm going into all whatever happening on physical level. This remembrance will resolve so many things. If you have pure thought, someone doesn't have, you remember Baba. You see how that person gets thought. I had been noticing how many people just get the thought, oh, we were supposed to be talking about it, but we already got the thought. And I'm amazed at how Pure thought can connect, inspire. So pilgrimage of remembrance and direct connection with Shiv Baba. Someone said, "Oh, I have to go through Brahma Baba." I said, "No. We all have to." We never ask each other. We say, "Do you remember Shiv Baba?" Then we say, "Oh, look at Brahma Baba. What was his relationship with Shiv Baba?" And Baba from very beginning wanted to remember Baba whole day, while eating, while walking, while playing. And he tells us it's not easy. Easy means it's very quickly you can get, your intellect can go in the physical. Immediately, oh, this happened. Anything news from here, there, how much we remember. Well, what about Shiva? So now is the time to pay attention. Just see that why thoughts going here, there. It's waste to know. What will you get? You can't help others also, because if you're not helping yourself, how will you help others? And if we give knowledge, then Baba feels responsible that Baba's name is coming up. So Baba must give something to them. So I definitely will request everyone, wherever, whatever has to be said, done, all that, yes, we will do it. But why get into so deeply that it start affecting our thoughts? And this morning, Baba had been talking that, or it was in Murli, not to be disturbed, not to get angry, even little bit, Baba said, or internally getting upset very often. Not good. Everyone has now, I have to be in peace, I have to be loveful, I am Baba's child. Even if this much we remember is remembrance, right? So Baba is the seed, Baba is the creator, as my parents, Almighty, right? But how quickly, 1 second is also really, I realize, is a lot. How many thoughts come in 1 second when mind is not happy? Oh, it's flood, like a flood, right? Flood of thoughts in 1 second. So remembrance of Baba, try for 10 minutes for every second. I'm saying try for 10 minutes. Now everyone will say, I sit in yoga, I 40 minutes, 1 hour Amrit Vela. But I don't know if there is a true remembrance, because you will feel the current. Connection gives current. And what current does when you have current, right, in the house? You just turn on switch, fridge is working, everything is working because connection is there, so current is there. So I have to stay connected. Then there will be current, Baba's energy. Everything works very well. Everything. They go on the way we see it's dark, we turn on torch, battery. Now we have in our phone little light we turn on because it's charged, right? If your phone is not charged while walking, you can't turn on light, right? So how to keep ourselves charged so that I can always, always, every time I light with me. And that time light becomes like power because I can see clearly. So enjoy. Why not at confluence age? It's the age of super sensitive joy, age of, when you in Lokik way, you keep making profit, income, feel happy, right? They might not be great, but you feel happy. Oh, I made more, I made more. So same is when my income of remembrance increases. There's a deep joy. It's not happiness externally. Very, very deep joy. Mm. So today is World Peace Day. Today is Shiv Baba's Day, Monday. Mm. So have this very, determined thought. So then what is happening? Your mind and intellect will become very subtle and very clean and clear. These days I find that it's not subtle. Mind is very, very gross, it goes quickly into gross things. But when it's subtle, when people ask me about subtle regions, I say first become subtle, the region will come to you. But if you are not subtle, you can't enter, right? And that subtlety comes through remembrance. The traces of sanskars are gone maybe, but there are a lot of Baba calls it the whole dynasty emerges. With one thought, the flood of thoughts start coming. And that's not supposed to be at present, right? Mm. And always remember that Janki used to say, if you're going slow on the road, you're blocking all other cars. So everyone is blowing hard because they want to go, but you are very slow. And then she said one time, if you drive so fast that other cars doesn't know where to go to give you way. But subtle, so I'm not blocking the traffic or the vibrations or environment. Be charitable, bestower at this time. Within 1 minute, I am master bestower. So on Monday, take blessings from God Shiva. Right? They say that if God Shiva, you can get blessings, all other goddesses will be happy because it takes for him to please him. They say lot of sacrifice, and that sacrifice is of our, all the traces of body consciousness or any vice. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. We are all the fortunate children of our one beloved Father, our sweet Baba. That's right. You already know. Today is Shiv Baba Day. So, don't forget to bring Shiv Baba's picture at the angelic dance.
Om Shanti, welcome to a Vyakti journey. Yes, today is Shiv Baba's day, all relationships with the One. So let's see what new story our Vyakti Balak and team has brought to us.
Welcome to Story Time. Since today is Shiv Baba's day, we will be listening to a story from the Murli. This is the story of a rishi who is called Dadichi. This is the story of his renunciation and dedication. He was known as an embodiment of sacrifice and selfless love. It was said that he had so much love for God that he donated everything to him.
In one version of the story, he allowed himself to be eaten by a lion piece by piece in order to save a cow. His entire body was eaten with the exception of his bones. Then God blessed him with life once again. This shows how one can be rewarded for true dedication and sacrifice of one's life in order to benefit others.
When we renounce our life or sacrifice something for a good cause, we don't lose anything, but actually gain. God Shiva blesses us with a new spiritual birth in the Brahmin clan and with the future reward of health, wealth, and happiness in heaven if we are able to sacrifice ourselves in godly service like Dadichi Rishi.
Another version of the story is that there was a battle between the devils and the deities. When the deities went for the rishi for help, he sacrificed himself until only his bones were left. The deities used the rishi's bones as weapons and defeated the devils. The spiritual significance of this story is that Maya confronts us in a frightening form. However, if we maintain courage and bravery, we can conquer Maya. So, we have to work hard and dedicate ourselves in the service of God. We receive the fruit of whatever we give.
Dadichi Rishi was such a dedicated person that he allowed his very bones to be donated and used in service. This means that we have to use our bodies in godly service as a true trustee. If we do this, we will be able to create a new world where no vices exist. Brahmins are Raj Rishis, meaning rishis who have royalty and purity.
Om Shanti, thank you very much. So we hear this name, Dadichi Rishi, many times in Murli, right? So this is the story about Dadichi Rishi, how he sacrificed each and every bone of his to the humanity's service. So it's a spiritual significances for us too. Okay, so now we'll be listening from Didi, but before that, let's see our homework for tomorrow.
As we remain in our double light stage, let's experience this Vaman. I have the natural awareness that I am an angel.
Om Shanti. So beautiful. So our Swaman is I have the natural awareness that I am an angel. So that's our homework for tomorrow. We will be in this awareness whole day tomorrow. Now let's listen from Didi and then we'll say goodbye, good night to Baba and each other.
Baba gives reference of the Dichi Rishi because one is, of course, available for service is very important. But sometimes it happens that because of small reasons, then we are not able to do service. And it becomes also habit today because I, because of whatever reason. But when there is commitment, there is dedication, and then consistent. So I think that Ichi Rishi really means when Baba talks of sacrifice of bone, there are many stories about that. But for us at Confluence Age, we Brahmins, Rishi really means very royal, right? And Dadichi means one who has. I think here it's like sometimes you need to sacrifice for service. Mm. I was sharing weekend. I had to go to few places. Uh, so I was just saying to them that at this time for me, physically, when I have to go somewhere, it's a lot of sacrifice. Sacrifice in the sense it's a lot of effort, to get in the car, go, then few hours of drive, then few hours of the session, and then evening session. So then I said, maybe this is how Dadichi Rishi means that even if your body doesn't feel comfortable, but because it's Baba's service, not only that, but so many souls, they feel very happy. And so it was 10 years anniversary of one of the Baba's children. They have very beautiful Gita Parshala or class at their home. So it's quite a drive and few hours there and offering bhog. And so I thought, well, I was just even saying now to do all this is sacrifice. Before was not, right? Even take flight for 16 hours, 24 hours for journey. But maybe towards the end, we all have to be the Rishi, remember our commitment, love for family, and making everyone happy. So I think what Baba means is that there are times where everything is manageable, easy. There is time you have to keep to commitment, not looking at what body is going through, because ultimately Baba is going to give power and everything will work out. So we keep to our love, our commitment to the service. Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Be safe and keep well at home. If you need anything, let us know. Om Shanti and good night. Good night.